What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Elevated. So, I just wanted to talk about my day that I had so far. It's going on 12:30 p.m. And I had a court date today. Nothing crazy. It was for child support. Remember when I had left North Dakota and I wasn't working and stuff like that? Okay, cool. Sheriff had served me the notice maybe about 2 weeks ago, something give or take. But cool, okay, whatever. Wake up or whatever. Gotta be there at about 8:30. I get up, this and that. Go ahead, I got dressed, got ready. Step outside the house. It's about 37 degrees. Wind chill said 32. A lot of people gonna be like, oh, that's not bad. Nah, it's really not. Just wasn't expecting it. That was that weather that you step outside, you be like, ooh. I'm gonna try to limit my cursing. You step outside, you be like, F this. It was so cold that I have my good Carhartt hoodie on, and I was about to tuck it in my jeans. That's how cold it was. So I get in the car. I shoot the wipers, to clear the frost off. Well, at least I thought it wasn't frost. I thought it was, just water and stuff like that. Nah, it was ice on my windshield. I was like, oh, okay. So I let the car warm up. I came right back in the house. Get the court, go through the metal detectors and stuff. It's about 8:20-ish or whatever in the morning. Get there, I'm toward the back of the line. It's I don't even say the back of the line. It's a few people in front of me. But what happened was they got family court, and right next to it they got district court. Traffic tickets and stuff like that. So like most of the line was for district court. They opened the doors to family court about 8:35. Everything cool. They say everybody come in, you gotta sign in. They make sure that you there and they highlight your name. All right, whatever, cool. I get up to the lady to sign in. It's maybe about 8:45. So I sit down. They start calling people up to talk to the workers, the case workers. All they, you know what court is, right? It's just a money grab. But one thing that was kind of funny, one of the dudes I don't know if he's from the courts or from social service, he was like, we used to be able to just give you time to bring some money in, but we can't do that. Like, he was capping. It was a scare tactic. But anybody that's been through that situation before, to just bring some money. That's literally all it is about. But, I digress. Cool. Talk to my caseworker. Like, oh, did you bring some money today? I say, yes, ma'am. How much did you bring? Like, damn, you all in my pockets. I was like, I got 300. It's like, that's the best I could do. Hell, I'm paying over $1,300 a month coming out of my check. I got 300, and I really don't even got that to spare. But if it's gonna keep me out on these streets, then so be it. So cool. She was like, all right, this and that. She filled out the paperwork. I had to initial it, sign it, date it. She was like, we're going to give this to the judge. The judge has to sign off on this, and then you'll be on your way. All right. So it was about 9:25, and I remember this because, like, once I finished talking to her, she said, okay, just hang tight, and somebody will come out to bring you to go make your payment. All right, cool. Let me see what the market doing. Y'all know me. And I'm out there 9:30, market opens. I'm start looking for stock flow and price action, stuff like that. And I'm trading. Boom, spy call, made some money. Boom, Spot put, made some money. Da-da-da. Boom, another spot call, made some money. Pull back, call, made some. But the thing is, like, because I'm on my phone, I can't really have everything charted the way I like. And it's crazy because I went 5 for 5 while I was at court. I had made $100 and something, about 24% last time I checked on my account. And that's with a swing trade that I got that's losing right now. I was like, you know how good that felt? I was like, okay, I'm a boss. Like, this is fire. For the fellas, to my young guys, anybody that might be watching, you got to know when to cut the street stuff out. One young brother walked in there and they pulled him to the side. Remember the guy I told you about that? I don't know if he was from social services or whatever, or from the court. They pulled him to the side, I guess, to have a talk with him, a conversation. You're in a business atmosphere. Guy going to shake the dude's hand. He trying to dap him up, all of this other like, no, this is not the place for that. And no, you don't lose cool points if you know how to do a proper handshake, fellas. Please, we got to keep the hood in the hood. Please. I digress. So a couple of my peoples that I know, we chopping it up. Met some new dudes. Everybody going through their horror stories about their baby moms and stuff like that. Like, we just here to pay them. Like, yeah, bro, you know that. This and that. Say, yeah, man, it's crazy that we gotta even pay court costs. Y'all invited me here. This ain't no club. Like, I had everybody rolling. But, yeah, people was just chopping it up, having a good time. Then a big booty will walk by. Everybody stop mid-conversation and look. And I'm saying in my head, see, this the reason why we here now. These raggedy ass females. I don't even want to look at nothing in this place. I don't know if that's a pause or not, but whatever, pause. So, like I said, I was trading in the meantime, back and forth and stuff like that. It started getting to the point to where they taking people by the handfuls to go make their payments and stuff like that. And I'm still standing outside. And it's going on about 11:45. The bailiff come out and close the door. So that means the judge is about to come in and stuff like that. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's weird. I looked inside the courtroom. I didn't see nobody in the benches. Like, all right. So the bailiff came back to the door. So I stopped. I said, excuse me, sir. I said, I was waiting on somebody to so I could go and make a payment. So he asked me, what's your name? I said, my name is Elevated Chills. I thought I was going to give y'all my real name. I said, my name is Elevated Chills. I was like, I've been waiting here, for hours, literally. So he's like, he peeked in the court. He was like, Elevated Chills, this and that. Then he peeks his head back out the door. He says, sir, you got to see the judge. I was like, oh, man, my heart was in my lap at that point. I'm like, oh, my goodness. All right, cool. It is what it is. I just banked $100 while standing in the hallway. So I'm sitting there. They reading off cases, that they've, I guess, advised the defendants and stuff, aka the baby daddies and stuff like that. And I'm just the only person sitting in the benches in the courtroom. First case, they said somebody had asked that the child support, be canceled after a paternity test proved that they wasn't the father. The judge was like, yeah, okay, whatever, dismiss. or whatever the terminology is. It's retrofitted, retroactive, whatever. They threw that out. The next case, they was like the person paying child support had passed away. So it's like, damn, that's wild. Then the next case was another, somebody wasn't the father, but it was kind of complicated because it was a South Carolina case or something. The girls from South Carolina, that wound up being same thing, like canceled. Then my caseworker walked over to me, and they was ready. I guess something about the judge didn't sign off for some crap. Bro, like when I tell you a dude was happy, man. So I'm here. So we live to be broke another day. Hey, thank y'all for watching. If y'all enjoyed this story time, just leave me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. Let's have a discussion in the chats. Catch y'all in the next one. Peace out.